Sean Shelton, First Sergeant Sean Shelton, are you just as corrupt as Robert Trump? Are you protecting Robert Trump? Are you protecting Amy Ashworth? Because so far, you alerted her to the investigation, and then you tell us that your department is separate from the Commonwealth Attorney Department. If it's an internal investigation, and then Amy Ashworth has a separate department, and you have no control over that department, why are you alerting her to that internal investigation? Because after you alerted her, she went behind everybody's back in front of the grand jury, and she used that falsified police report before you conclude your investigation. Sean Shelton, sir, you think you're dealing with a family that's stupid? You think you're dealing with a community that's stupid and dumb? Sir, we took your conversation, I recorded it, and I took it to the FBI. The FBI is looking into you. So my suggestion to you is, do your job, sir. Hold that investigator accountable. Because of your investigator, because of that police report, Amy Ashworth just off my brother's charges to murder. How you doing, sir? How do you feel about how do you feel about Internal Affairs telling us that they found out that a police officer lied on a police report and a Commonwealth Attorney, Amy Ashworth, Prince William County, knowing about it since day one, and they alerted her before they could. Yes, sir. Every day we're going to be here and we're going to talk about it, and we're going to get that. We're going to get someone that actually has the power to hold Amy Ashworth accountable. And we're going to be exposing that Commonwealth Attorney every day. That Commonwealth Attorney, she comes out to the community, she gives out beautiful speeches, and she lies to the community. Because of us, because of our votes, she made it into office. Now she makes $227,000 a year because we gave her these votes. And I don't mind if she makes that kind of money if she was fair. How are you, man? I've got a question for you. Maybe I can ask you by the time you get to the end of that street. I've got a giant megaphone. This is my community. This is your community. Internal Affairs is telling us that they found out that a police officer lied on a police report. And a Commonwealth Attorney that knew about it since day one. Now I know you look like you don't care. But I'll tell you what, man. This is my community, your community. Today is my family. Tomorrow, it's your family. You know, Nazi Germany wasn't built in one day. I hope you understand what I'm talking about. Because at the end of the day, they want to turn this country into a third world country. A police officer that's been there for 20 years, he lies on a police report, gets a warrant based on that police report, locks up my brother, they take my brother to jail, they handcuff him behind his back, they strip him naked, beat him up, and they denied him medical. Now Internal Affairs, last week,
they tortured him in America.
Internal Affairs, just last week, told us that they found out that the police officer didn't lie on a police report. That's Internal Affairs. And the Commonwealth Attorney knew about it since day one. Now I've got this on an audio recording. It's not my word against their words. Now I'll tell you what, sir. I'll tell you what, today's my family, tomorrow it could be your family. What are you going to do? Buy a giant megaphone and stand in front of a governor office? You do it with one family, you're doing it with another family. And I'll tell you what, these people have been doing it. We just woke up to that reality. These people have been doing it. And they want to destroy this community within. Amy Ashworth thinks this community is stupid. Matt Lowry thinks this community is stupid. Matt Lowry, all he does, every time I open Facebook, I swear to God, I kid you not, all he does is like, today is voting day. I want you to come out. I want you to vote. Sir, this community is hurt. This community is being abused. They've abused this community. They hurt this community. They're destroying this community. And you've got Holocaust, all he talks about votes. What's your position on the 5 dead inmates? What's your position? What's your position on Mohammed Ikram Ferdel that died under Sheriff Clint Hell's watch? What's your position on Robert Reed that died? His family can't move forward. What's your position on Fernando Rodriguez Gilliban? Only 25 years old. He died in that jail.
Release the videos.
Release the videos. Matt Lowry, sir. Matt Lowry. Instead of asking for people to vote, You should be advocating for the videos to be released. You should be going to Sheriff Hill. You should ask him to release the videos. At the end of the day, these people died under Sheriff Hill's watch. The sheriff comes out and he tells me it's not my jail. I'm just a guy on the board. Now what are you doing? What are you doing? Asking people to re-elect you. You can't handle that job. Resign.
What is he doing taking the governor's money?
He's making $225,000 a year.
What is he doing taking the governor's money?
The Governor Youngkin. You donated a quarter of your salary, sir. Governor Youngkin. You donated a quarter of your salary. Almost $47,000 to that jail. Governor Youngkin. He donated $47,000 into that jail. Now I'm finding out there's 5 dead inmates. Inmates that get beaten up and they deny them medical. So what's the governor donating a quarter of his salary? Sir, they lied to you. Governor Youngkin, they lied to you. I've got voices. I started circulating my cell phone number inside that jail, and I've got inmates coming forward. They tell me how the correctional officer beat them up, denied them medical, leave them in their room, they shut off the water supply, and they're being tortured. Now some died because correctional officers refused to give them medical.
Get your money back.
Governor Youngkin, I suggest you get your money back. Because this money is going to correctional officers that are abusing inmates. Man, I've got 5 dead inmates at Prince William County Jail. And I'm hoping that the Lieutenant Governor comes out and maybe talk to us. We want answers. We want the video. This is my community, this is your community. Nazi Germany wasn't built in one day, man. They do it to this family, they do it to another family. Before you know it, we don't even have a community anymore. This community is not safe. We live in a lie. But I believe that there are good individuals that will stop and come and face tyranny. When you see a family that's hurt, that's my mom, she cries every day. You think I'm okay with watching her cry every day? This is my niece. This is my niece. You think I'm okay having my family here in front of the Lieutenant Governor? Where's the Lieutenant Governor? Lieutenant Governor Sears. I hope you hear our voices. Governor Youngkin, we wrote you a letter, sir. We want you, we call on you, sir, to look into Amy Ashworth office, the Commonwealth Attorney office.
Investigator Drum.
Investigator Drum, he's been there for 20 years, sir. Amy Ashworth, the Commonwealth Attorney, thinks his career is more important than my brother.
Prince William County Jail.
Prince William County Jail. Look into that jail, sir. A quarter of your salary went into correctional officers that are torturing inmates. I've got voices recorded, witness statement. I started going up and I started circulating my number inside that jail, and inmates are coming forward, and I'm taking these voices. I already took these voices to the Department of Justice. I took it to the Department of Justice, I took it to the FBI. An investigation already. They're already looking into those correctional officers. My message to you, Sheriff Hill, hold your correctional officers accountable before you are held accountable. Where? Instead of fogging up that window, come down and have a conversation with us. Have a conversation with us. My family is hurt. How you doing, man? How you doing, man? We're peacefully protesting. They lied on my brother's police report. Internal Affairs just told us that they found out that a police officer lied on a police report in a Commonwealth Attorney of Prince William County. Amy Ashworth knew about it since day one. Now I got that on a recording, and I publicized that put it on YouTube.
We demand
At
justice.
the end of the day, this is my community, this is your community. Today is my family, tomorrow it could be your family. Nazi Germany wasn't built in one day. Thank you for your service. I see you wearing that badge. What are you doing in that building if you're not there for the people? What are you doing in that building if you are not there for the people? If you're not here to serve and protect, what are you doing in that building? You come out, you give out beautiful speeches. You come out, you tell us that you're there for the people. What are you doing with that badge? What are you doing in that building if you're not there for the people? Well, we're going to be here every day and we're going to be protesting. And I promise you, justice will be served. And Amy Ashworth, on my watch, we're not going to re-elect.